Hi, this is Digital Femme and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how I allow divine guidance to come into this physical three-dimensional world and help guide me, and in particular, help guide me solve certain work issues. And if you're interested to hear about that, then continue watching. Hi, I'm glad you stayed. So, have you ever wondered if there was an easier way to solve three-dimensional problems? I'm not really talking about mathematical problems or like hunger or world peace. Basically, what I'm talking about is problems, or I wouldn't like to call them problems, but issues that you face that present a certain level of challenge and that would definitely require you some effort to think, to analyze, to do research, to brainstorm, to connect the dots, and yet somehow there is probably another and easier way. Well, that happened to me just over the weekend. So I was tasked to help with a project for one of our clients, and this client is an accounting business that has about 7 consultants, and each consultant handles one-on-one consultations for different appointment types. And the issue is that currently they are using Google Calendar to handle all their appointments. So they're using a free version of Acuity, which is Squarespace's scheduler, and they're not really utilizing it. So they needed to come up with a solution where each of their 7 accountants can have their own calendar. People come onto the website and they can choose to book an appointment, a certain appointment type with a particular accountant of their choosing. And that might seem like a really easy task, and it is, as long as you have the platforms in place and certain integrations with other calendars in place, and just to figure out the logistics. Now, to be honest, this is the first time I've ever had to deal with a type of business issue like this. So I was thinking, okay, so I could do this. However, when I visited Acuity and I was able to try out their trial version, which by the way expires tomorrow, I realized that there was quite a number of permutations and combinations that I thought there was, and that I really needed to think about it. And I was thinking, you know what, I'm probably going to need to put in a lot of time figuring out all the different ways of how Acuity could be utilized, and perhaps I would have to bring in other like integrations for calendar, like with different calendars, like their Google calendars or their Outlook, whatnot. And I could have chosen to do that, and it was due at a certain time. It was actually a draft of it would have been due on a Friday, which was last Friday, July the 24th. And I knew this, but I decided to switch my mode of operation. And lately, I have become more aware that there is not just a divine intelligence that also knows all and that whole be-all thing, but if this divine intelligence, as we assume, and I know it's not right to assume, but if it is true what they say, that this divine intelligence is intelligent in all levels, then I was like, okay, then let's just see. So what the process was that I ended up using for myself was to not even think about it. It was Thursday. I knew that it was the soft deadline of a certain draft. I knew I already did that a few days later, but I had really thought that I could progress in terms of the process of getting it closer to the goal that the client wanted. And the client wasn't bugging me. It wasn't like I said, the soft draft was supposed to be due on the Friday, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. I didn't even think about it. Saturday came. I should have been. Normally, I would have spent my Saturday or Friday night really hammering down this issue, really working out all the different combinations, or researching or watching YouTube channels on Acuity or other calendar integrations, but I didn't. So what eventually ended up happening was I had a dream. And in this dream, I was shown all the components or the top level components of Acuity. And I was guided, that's the only way I could say it. I was guided as to what parts to look at Acuity that would most likely best handle the needs of the client. And the specific needs were having the 7 accountants each have a calendar, and each calendar get integrated to their main calendar, such that if one accountant had an appointment that was scheduled on a certain day and a certain time, that would show up on the main calendar, and basically no one would get double booked. So when I came out of this dream, it was Sunday morning, and I was like, oh my God, did I just think of a solution, or did the solution just come to me? And I was so excited that I was just going to, get out of bed and just go on before I forget. But for some reason, I decided, you know what? Let's test this further. If the solution was there, and if I had dreamt the solution, or how I would like to express it is, if I was divinely shown the solution, then it would always be there. Because basically, with divine intelligence, it is always there. You have it. Everyone has access to it. How do you access it? Very good question. What I've learned is the more I relax, the more I trust. And it goes beyond trust. It's And it's not just, oh, you say you think you deeply know that not only is a solution there, it's not even a solution. It's just there. Like it is it. And that can be applied to everything. Although there are levels of awareness and practices and being ready in a certain vibrational mode. You've heard me say this before, in order to connect to it. So rather than waking up on the Sunday getting excited and applying what the dream showed me, I just said, okay, it's there. So I'm just going to spend my Saturday the way I wanted to. So I did. I did some laundry. I watered my plants. I watched a few Netflix shows. I cut my nails. I went out, did some shopping. La, 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 la. And then when I got back, it was like around 5 o'clock in the evening, 5 o'clock late afternoon. And I was like, okay, it's Monday morning. I got to come up with a solution. What? So I just comfortably sat, settled into my chair, got a coffee, and I didn't feel it. I didn't feel doing it right away. And so my point in saying this, that I didn't feel like doing it, although it seemed like I have spent all that Sunday not working on it, was because I didn't want to force any resistance. Like, it's not a resistance, but I didn't want to have that feeling of, oh, I got to do it. So what I did was I ended up doing what I'm supposed to do every Sunday or before the following Monday, is put in my productivity hours and my timesheet. So that's what I did. Like, that was like a no-brainer. And then after that, once I felt relaxed and it's like, okay, I don't feel like I have to work on that solution because the solution's already there. But let me just go into Acuity and apply what apparently my dream showed me, and let's see. And I did. Now, I'm not going to lie. It took about just under 3 hours, like 2 hours and 53 minutes to go through what I was guided in my dream. But I didn't just go through it. It took me 2 hours and like 53 minutes because I tested it on 4 accounts. And I tested it in different variations. And I know in the beginning I said, I would have tested it, I would have done this. But the fact is, I know myself, I pretty much would have spent a little bit more hours fiddling around, whereas in my dream, I was already guided to exactly where to go. And after that, it totally made sense once I woke up from my dream. And then when I actually applied it, like around 6 in the evening, yeah, it's exactly how it laid out in my dream. And all I had to do was work out the three-dimensional, you know, connected here, give access to this and this and that. Now, for those of you that are watching this video and you are familiar with Acuity, Squarespace's scheduler, browser or app, then you're like, oh, what's she talking about, right? That's so easy. That you don't have to dream a solution for that. I get it. But like I said, this was the first time I've ever had to tackle a task like this or a type of project like this. And with the only calendar ever scheduling that I've ever known was Google Calendar. And maybe Calendly a little bit because I had to like figure something out for a certain process for one of our anyway. But so I haven't really done that. And so the point of the video is that I chose to allow what I already innately knew, if that makes sense, and just let it come to me or flow through to me without thinking about it or worrying about it, and just knowing, like, I'm going to iterate again, that the solution is there. It's not really a solution. It is there. The way is there. I just had to know that it would come to me. So that's what this video is about. If you find this a little bit interesting, then go ahead and like it. And maybe you want to think about subscribing to this channel. I would really appreciate that. And you never know, maybe if you do subscribe, there will be one video that totally resonates with you. It might inspire you to do something. It might motivate you, or it might even give you an aha moment. And if you want to know if there are any of my videos that do all three or one of those three, then just go ahead and look through my video list and maybe you can find a title that resonates with you. Anyway, that's it for now. Have a great day and have a great evening, and thank you for visiting my channel. Bye-bye.